Jay Sano without intro music. Jay Sano with intro music. Intro music remix. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Hello everybody, welcome back. It is Jeff again coming to you from the Mindcrack server. And it's been a little while. I've done a decent amount of things off camera as well as on camera, I guess I would say. I'll show those off really quickly. What I mean by that is I actually was doing some work and some of it was on camera, some of it was off, and it really didn't come together as an episode as I intended, so I just kind of scrapped the footage. Moving on. Trying to work on this hospital. As you can tell, I'm cheating a little bit. And I don't mean cheating as in I'm doing things illegally or anything like that, but I really wanted to have the beacon up and running by episode 100. Not quite there yet. Therefore, we're at episode 99.5 until I get enough iron. It's still just an issue of iron. But if you'll notice, I finished putting in walls. Just on this row at least, and this might be the end of where these walls actually go. Oh man, there we go. So now I'm putting in, there we go, fixing my ceiling a little bit to make these things look good. I tried to alternate the colors just to give it a cool color scheme. I actually extended the children's area, or the pediatric ICU more, and I decided to make this not just a pediatric ICU, but this is going to be a full-fledged ICU here, just still with cool colors, because why not? Adults need fun colors as well. So instead of splitting this thing down the middle, what I'm doing is making it all one big part of the ICU. And, oh no, the tops. I did the tops wrong. I was supposed to bring those all the way up to the top of the wall, and instead I did that, I don't know, maybe I kind of like that, actually. Oh, maybe that'll signify the adult versus the pediatric side if I have those half slabs in the top of the wall. But I think I'm going to change this area back here, and instead of being the area where I have just like more rooms and things like that, I might just make this like the diagnostic area. So CT scanner, X-ray, etc., all that stuff may house back here. I didn't think about the fact that this probably needs to be done. The amount of that, yeah, that looks okay for now. But let me show you. I made the play area. I made a purchase at Doc Shop, and guess what? Whee! Now the children and adults alike can come up here to my little, this is the rec area, the little bouncy house, dancing around. Now I will show you downstairs what this kind of screwed up and what this has changed, but I got my escape path out of here when I want to leave. I'm going to put tables and chairs and things like that kind of surrounding here, and then maybe put a couple like benches and tables here so that you can, you know, look straight on out. I might even lower these pillars so they're not all the way, but so you can kind of have a view all the way around here of the beach, of the surroundings, things like that. But what has that changed? So it's changed over here. That's dangerous, and I'm leaving it open. It has changed over here. This is still the emergency department with my team colors and everything. But back here, it changed my locker room because I had to make it low for the locker room. God, it is so loud. There must be like 85,000 zombies, like a zombie apocalypse out there tonight. So I'm going to actually tear out the men's locker room, kind of close this off most likely, and or make this another storage area that you need special access for. But this is just going to turn from a locker room into just straight up a basically staff only room, whereas you're going to come in here into the staff only room and just like chill, like the break room, as opposed to a locker room. So we're not really going to have locker rooms, unfortunately, because I need to close that off because it is no longer a valid area for a locker room. But what else needs to be done? I was thinking about it. There's one more major thing that I was missing, and I don't know quite how I'm going to build it yet. I might just start it out of cobblestone and then change it out to something else later. But back here, if you remember... Oops. I don't have one of those slabs on me. Back here, if you remember, this was a storage area. Whoa. Nope, 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 no. Just close you off real quick. I got to fix this. This goes straight up. It's right next to my end unit up here. Now, what was I missing? I'm missing the ability to transport patients from the helicopter pad actually into the hospital. Kind of makes the helicopter pad useless until I make an elevator of some type where that can be done. Oh, die. Thank you. Make sure there's no creepers. I've had a big creeper problem lately. Oh, God. Couldn't get this thing to switch to my sword. I don't like fighting all these guys. Just run. Climb. I could just sleep. Actually, Pyrozone, I could not. Yay, helicopter pad. So over here in the corner... Let me make sure this is... Yeah, there's Pyro. So there we go. So I need to turn this somehow into the helicopter pad. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do the opening to this. I was thinking about using... I can't go over anymore either because that is literally the brink. Somehow using pistons to make this thing work. But I don't think I'll have enough room. At least I could never get this corner one out without extending it. Because I could actually put pistons right underneath the floor right there and right there. And have things be okay. But I don't know if I can really have this thing open up. I might just put trapdoors on it. But I think I'll go straight on down with ladders. But I got to build it a top. So you see in like movies and things like that, you'll see that the roof access always randomly. You'll have this huge flat roof. And then you'll have like this random bunker type thing in the corner. Usually not in the corner, actually. It's usually more in the middle. I'm going in the corner, though, just because of the way my build works. Man, there's a lot of enemies out there. And like I said, I don't even know if I want it to be made out of this material or not, but it was just what I have to kind of test proof of concept to see how I like it. I'm thinking of this like anybody who's seen the movie Departed, or The Departed, and the end scene when he's up on the roof meeting up with the good and the bad guys are all meeting together. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but it's essentially, it looks kind of like that, except it's more in the middle of a roof. Like, you guys don't know what I'm talking about from like a movie aspect, but what I need, this. Man, I usually have a pretty solid recording area, and all of a sudden, if you listen, I got like somebody blowing leaves outside my back door, which is pretty ridiculous. But something kind of like this almost. I wonder if I could do like iron bar. No, iron bars would not let me in. But I guess the floor right now will always be open, and I can give it ladders. Because I was thinking about making pistons that somehow like retracted or that took you down like an elevator. I'm not sure how possible it's going to be able to do that. Let me make a bunch of ladders. I probably had a bunch of ladders that I'm not using. That guy just really needs to stop doing whatever he's doing because it's really interfering with my ability to record quality episodes for you folks. This dude's like literally outside my door, and that's kind of weird because I didn't know that anybody was coming over to do anything today, but I think I'm going to change this to a different type of brick. But if I gave it like, I was thinking about just doing ladders on all sides. Well, I couldn't do. something like that, maybe. Let me go do this from the bottom, actually. Let me go find out exactly what's going on outside my house, too, because these people should not be here. I don't mind it if they're here doing work and all, but being where they're literally at outside my door is kind of an issue for me right now, so I will be back. Okay, so there were like some people blowing leaves, cleaning up leaves in the backyard, so don't want to stop them from doing what they're doing. I'm assuming they're from the management company or just good Samaritans. Either way, had to let them continue doing their thing because they're doing something good that I appreciate, so I'll let it keep going. I can't get this top to sit quite the way I want it to. I think I actually need to get a couple more of these. I changed out my brick pattern to make it look a little smoother up here. Let's see if I can get a couple of these guys, though. Oops, I already had some, it looked like. And like this, maybe? Obviously, this won't be here. I still haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with these walls. Somebody brought up a good comment, or that this looks kind of like White Castle. And that's not what this is all about, that's for sure. And yeah, it sucks that the poor helicopter people have to take a transport this thing through all these like humps and all. But I might actually make a pathway like from the helicopter door, change the path of this directly in here. Actually, that's not a bad idea at all. I like that a lot, actually. There, so just all the way down here, I'm going to change. So it's like the pathway that the helicopter, the gurney needs to take on the helicopter from the path. And yeah, I know you're going to say it's not efficient. It's not like a straight line there. I know. There's not much I can do about that. Heck, I could even make it out of glowstone. How cool would that look if I made the whole thing out of like glowstone because it was lighting up their pathway to get there? That might be something that's going to actually be done as well. I don't know. So many ideas that I just can never come to complete fruition with. Hey, that doesn't go there. Oh, am I not going to have enough of these? I hate when I run out when I'm so close to something so cool. 14. Actually, I think I'll have enough. Yeah, I'll have enough if I put the right stuff on there. Why is there so many zombies? There must be like a hole I have somewhere inside the hospital itself. So there's that. I could put like pieces of glowstone lining these edges. And if I could actually somehow get them to glow in an order, like, I think that would be pretty cool. But there we go. So my pathway from the helicopter pad out to here is complete. Now all I need to do is fix the walls on this, which unfortunately I need to be directly there on the outside of the hospital wall, which is kind of annoying, but it's just the way that everything else happened to be created. And I know it's not ideal that I can't make an enclosed elevator. Maybe I can do something to fix it at some point, but I do need to make sure that my trauma patients can get up and down, as well as I might make a stop off on the second floor so that they can go to the diagnostic studies if I actually have them set up to do, you know, the diagnostic studies there as well. Well, these are obviously going to change to snow. I just keep having creeper issues. So we got that, and I need it to be this wall. One of each of these walls. So this one I could do all the way up. Like that. Then I have to change. Hold on, let me make some more ladders here really quickly. I hear you, Zombs. Come on. You sound extremely close. Where are you? Are you behind the stairwell? Or are you underneath? You might be underneath. I need to go get that thing lit up more. Oops. 6, 9. 9 should be good. So I got this part of the wall, but I need this other part of the wall to also be ready to go. Except this would have to be my stop off for floor number 2 with some gates or something. And I can't put another one here. I can put another one. I don't know. This is a proof of concept. There's no question about that, to see if I'm going to like this. But it is. There we go. Some way to finally get. Okay, and these are all connected in some way, shape, or form, so I can't really fall off until if I come straight down here, I can fall off the wall, at which point I should turn and put the ladders like this, I think. Okay, so let me make some trapdoors. And this is a fence, right? Yeah, it's a fence. How do I make a hatch? I actually don't remember how to make a hatch. Is it with these? There we go. So 4 or 8 hatches, because I'll need one at the very top. Actually, maybe one higher. I actually can't connect one higher. So I think it has to be that lower level that I had originally started this on, and I'm attacking this from a ladder, which makes it an extremely long period of time. There we go. So I get in here, open up the hatch with my patient, I come rolling on down. I gotta do the same thing here. I guess that's where that would have to go. Oops. I'm missing my hatch. The hatch down there. Then I need the ladders to finish off the wall. Except there's apparently no way to climb this thing back up. Oh, I guess you can go around the hatches, but then you can never finish climbing the wall. This is an unforeseen issue. There's no way to ever jump back up there. What if I put... And that can't go there either. So that really doesn't matter. And I can never make it quite over there, huh? Well... Maybe this isn't the perfect idea. Hopefully it's just going to affect the second floor, though. I mean, if I can't get up from the top either, what issues does that cause? Oh, man. Building is hard. It really is. So I go up here to the second floor. Elevator corner. I'm good. until I realize that I can't get up again. Hi, Spidey. But I can't get up again. I don't know what to do. It looks cool. That's all I got for you right now. Is it looks cool. I don't know. Well, I guess in the ending of this episode, I want to give a big shout out to Miriam Percival, who graciously went to my webpage and donated some money for me because she oh my god, because he or she really appreciated. I'm assuming it's a she, but I could be completely wrong on that because some of these names are very unisex names, meaning that anybody could, oh shoot, males or females could use the name. So I don't want to make an assumption, but really appreciate that. And if you guys don't know, you can always go to my website, jsano19.com, and there is a donation link on there. Feel free to donate. Never, ever am I going to make anybody feel like they have to donate, but all donations go toward the betterment of my channel, specifically toward, computers, equipment, microphones. I think my next purchase is going to be a super high resolution monitor, because I've realized that I watch people like Doc M and his video quality is just amazing compared to mine, and I'm sure part of it has to do with his rig, though I have a pretty strong rig, but having a better video card and a monitor that can support higher frame rates and higher resolution would help me out greatly as well. So I think that's where I'm going to focus my next computer purchase on. But I'm going to end this episode here, thanking you for the donation and letting people know where they can donate. I'm cheating the episode titles a little bit so that I can hopefully have enough iron by the time I can make official episode 100 in order to have the beacon turned on. Doesn't mean the hospital will be done, but I want the beacon turned on and functioning. I do have 20 blocks of iron now, 3 blocks of emeralds that I could also use, 6 blocks of gold, and in theory, 3 blocks of diamond. So 26, 29, 32. 32 of the 79 required blocks have been acquired in theory just to get it turned on. So, and by the way, whoever suggested using slime blocks to finish the beacon off, it does not work. You got me all excited. I actually went into a creative mode world and made a beacon with slime blocks. I was like, holy crap, slime blocks are something that's gonna work. I didn't even think about that. No, they don't work. So I cannot finish my beacon with slime blocks. But anyways, now that I've been unable to speak for the last couple minutes proper English sentences, I will end this video now. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.